Delayed justice is not a denial of justice. I think it's so frustrating, even when we think about the world, right? And we have certain spiritual folk, myself being one of them, who believes that there is a balance at play in the universe, multiverses, all of that. There's a balance at play. And I think I've come past the point of saying, how could there be a balance when, and then going forward and listing all of these negative things that are happening. I recognize now that truly just as much as there is those quote unquote bad things happening, there are equal good, quote unquote, good things happening. We just have to be tuned into them. And to be honest, the bad has a sort of addicting quality or nature. There's a shock value even that comes with the bad that can make us want to tune in more. And especially when we are in a collective that, and I don't even want to say in a collective, because with this new shift, this new earth shift, we're not necessarily surrounded by that. As the old is falling away and the new is being prepared, we may still have residuals of it, some more than others. However, it's important to recognize that both dynamics are always at play, even when we feel in our personal lives an imbalance toward one or the other. And that one or the other could color our whole world and make it so strong that we feel that is all there is. And I think specifically speaking to this collective, and I manifest that this reaches exactly who it needs to reach. Particularly in this collective, we may have done a certain level of work, a certain level of alchemy work, a certain level of work to raise our frequency, raise our vibration, release old programming, step into our authentic truth, step into our mission, remember who we are. And that comes with a certain level of reward. We do the work internally and then we see the results externally. However, we know from experience that there are moments when we're doing work in the dark and we don't always see the results right away. Sometimes it takes weeks, months, years to start actually seeing the results. But once we see them, it's worth it. And so now I feel like we are living in this new reality. The old has fallen away. We're seeing the results. And also, there may be moments in time where we feel like we're not seeing what we should based on the subconscious expectations that this new reality has given us. Maybe we get a different type of treatment in this new reality. Maybe we don't fall into certain vibrations or feelings as easily. Maybe it takes a lot for us to get there. And when we do, we're like, oh, okay, let me alchemize this. And then we do, and then it's done. Whereas maybe in old timelines, we felt like we spent months, weeks, years suffering in those energies. And so now, even though we're on a new timeline, we still haven't fully arrived. Many of us still have not fully arrived in the final vision. And that's because this is a transitional period, for some a waiting room period. I think many of us will resonate with this being a period where we just have to show up and be us. Just have to show up and be authentic. Just have to show up and be in our energy, and the rest is already done. And so as you're in this transition or waiting room, do not allow yourself to be shaken when it looks like things are going completely wrong. And I'm getting this in a sense of injustice, experiencing things that feel unjust, and having injustice be almost a trigger for you. You are looking at this situation with your 3D eyes. You are looking at the results that you see in the 3D currently. However, you are forgetting that the divine has the final say. You are forgetting that this is not the end. You are forgetting that possibilities are infinite. You are forgetting that impermanence is truth. It's not over yet. And to be honest, sometimes the longer that justice is delayed, the stronger it comes in, especially when you're dealing with energies who refuse to learn the lesson, because during that time, they are racking up more quote unquote bad karma, so to speak. And this is a bit of a test of your faith. I have such an ambivalent relationship with the word test as it pertains to karmic trials. The ambivalence comes from the fact that a lot of this idea around the universe testing you or God testing you, it has this connotation of there being this larger punishing entity, and punishing in the way that humans perceive it, in a way that is connotatively negative. This is due to religious programming, even religious programming in those of us who have left religion behind to embrace the spiritual. Yes, there can be punishing factors at play. However, it's so much bigger than that. The big picture is so much bigger than that. When we think about this experience from the soul's journey of I possibly reincarnated here to learn these lessons, I have these soul contracts, or having a soul contract that's about you volunteering for a mission. You're here for a purpose. You're here for a divine purpose, especially if you're listening to this and resonating with this. And all of these things are happening to help you get there. There's a sort of benevolence to it if we choose to look at it that way. Even the times and situations that are difficult, that are the most difficult, oftentimes they are there to help teach us a lesson that is absolutely required for that purpose, an absolute prerequisite, or somehow other intricately linked to our purpose. I digress. So going back to this waiting room or this transitional period, there will be things here that will test you. It's one of those things of, if you are chosen, there are people whose entire purpose is to come against you. There are beings that is their entire purpose. Literally. Hello, Agent Smith. So, as you get to that leaping point where you are so close, mere steps from that vision, from the closing of that cycle and entering a new cycle, from that victory, the people whose mission it is to come against you and to stop you, they're going to be amped up. They're going to be in high gear, full mode. You get what I'm saying? It may feel like attacks are amped up, and it may feel like injustices are happening and are being allowed to happen. And the purpose of this is to get you in the vibration of defeat. Because if you are in that vibration, you will manifest that in your life. Particularly because during this time, you are extra magnetic, extra attractive. And this is confirmation to you. If you feel like, wait, really? Am I? This is not for you. This is for someone who knows it. It is confirmed. So it is very, very important to be extra careful with what it is that you entertain, because that is exactly what it is that you will manifest. You are very powerful right now. And lucky for you, you have the knowledge and the wisdom to see this from a higher perspective. And if you forget, you have me here to remind you to look at this from a higher perspective. When you see these instances that feel like injustice, and when you perceive them as exactly what they are, an illusion that is meant to have you tripped up, that is meant to have you confused, that is meant to have you working against yourself, against the divine, then you can laugh at them and move forward and stand 10 toes in your energy. And let this message also serve as a reminder to make extra sure that you are not focusing on what your enemies are doing. They will be doing the absolute most during this time. And these larger trickster energies that are at play may even make it look like they are winning. But you see through this. You see through this and trust what you see. This reality will be falling away soon. Do not attach anything to it. Do not feed it. Do not give your emotions, your energy in motion to it, particularly these lower vibrational emotions or energies. Looking at something that you see in this reality and then responding with fear or with anger instead of with wisdom and knowing or detachment. That is literally just noise. And when you have a purpose as big as you do not let noise affect you. You do not let noise impact you. You do not let noise throw you off your game, throw you off your path. You breathe and you move forward, reminding yourself that it is an illusion, reminding yourself all that it is that you have to be grateful for, reminding yourself who you are and why you're here, and how far you've come, and how close you are, and how abundant you are, and how fulfilled you are, and the reality that you choose. And if in the presence of all of this choosing your reality and being detached from this physical 3D plane, if you find that you're needing to balance that out by grounding yourself, make sure that you go connect with nature. Make sure that you go place your feet in some dirt, in some grass. Place your feet, place your hands, hug a tree. Watch the sky. Watch the sky. Breathe in some hopefully fresh air. Appreciate the greenery, especially as we're coming into this spring season, the astrological new year. Make sure that you are appreciating Mother Nature and whatever other forms of self-care that feel good to you, that nourish you, that feed your soul. If you do not have a list of things, of self-care things that feed your soul, you need to make one. And if you have one and it's a little dusty, pull that list out, update that list, do some things on that list. Take some time out for silence, for meditation, for rest. Make sure that you're practicing your visualization, your affirmations, you're nourishing your body with healthy foods, healthy whole foods, quality water. And again, just being intentional about what it is you give your energy to. What and who. Take your energy away from the injustice. You likely don't have positive feelings about it. You likely have strong feelings about it. And with these things being at play and you focusing your energy there, you're likely to just manifest more of it. Don't do that. Instead, call your power back. Take your power back. Laugh at the illusions. Give gratitude that you can see past them and through them. Express gratitude for what you have, who you are, and move forward. Co-create wisely. Co-create consciously. And remember that it does not serve you to focus on others' justice or karma. Focus on yourself. Focus on the divine. Focus on your mission. With your heightened magnetism right now, you are attracting more of what it is you focus on. Your manifestations come easily during this time, come effortlessly during this time. Use your energy wisely. Namaste and Ashe. As we come to a close, I'd like to give gratitude for all of the sacred souls sharing space and energy exchanging with me here today. May we lead with love. May we find freedom. May we align with abundance. May we possess higher perspective and persist in our power. May we continue to cultivate higher consciousness, progressing in our purpose and partnering with the divine to raise the frequency of the planet. Ashe.